Hi, today we're talking about habitat assessment, and there are definitely three things that I want you to concentrate on when you do your habitat assessment. When you're looking for food, cover, uh, water availability, and all those things, one of the things that is not listed but you need to take into account is going to be succession. And as you can see, I have here succession. We've talked about it before. Uh, the habitat or the ecosystem that you're looking at, do you see evidence of early succession, middle succession, or late succession? And remember that you're looking at a field or a lake or a pond or a forest, and when you're looking at those areas, you will see evidence of whether there's been human interference or disturbance, and then you know that that evidence shows that you must have early succession going on because you have disturbance in the area. After that, you need to prove that you have either middle or late succession by identifying the kinds of trees or plants that are there. And we know that a climax community, which would be the end stage of succession in a forest, would be evidence of beech and maple trees. So make sure that you're able to identify those. Remember, we've gone over that in the beginning part of our rotation. We identified trees based on their leaves using a dichotomous key. And there are also other apps available, like the Leaf app that you can download right on your phone to help you identify those things. So make sure that you're looking at succession when you are looking at your habitat assessment. The next thing I want you to, that is not listed in your habitat assessment that you need to take an effect, is something called edge effect. And if you can see mine, there we go. My little drawing here, I have a groundhog and a deer. And we can see in my lovely picture that we've got forest on the side, bunch of trees. And this is the clearing on the side that the animals like to live in. The edge effect is basically an area where animals, two ecosystems meet. So animals tend to be more prevalent in that area where the ecosystems are. So the edge is where a forest is meeting a field or an agricultural area or a garden. So animals love those two areas because they get to have cover. Basically, you'll see those kinds of animals, a lot more prey animals in those areas, so that they can hide and still find their food in the open area. So you're going to take into account succession and edge effect when you're looking at your habitat assessment. The last thing that you're doing is human compatibility, which is listed on your sheet. But make sure that when you're assessing human compatibility that you're using your own gradation, meaning be able to explain why you gave the animal that you chose whatever number you did. So a 1 means, from 1 to 10, a 1 means that the animal cannot tolerate human presence or human activities, whereas a 10 would mean that the animal or organism is able to tolerate being near humans and their activity, their roads, their housing, and all that. So we know that there are certain animals we've talked about in the past. Obviously, a coyote is very, very able to tolerate human presence, actually thrives around human habitation. So that animal most likely would get a 9 or a 10 on that kind of scale. So make sure that you're able to explain your reasoning for whatever number you give your animal that you have picked. So in summation, make sure that you are looking at succession, your habitat assessment, and edge effect. And lastly, make sure that you understand the score that you give for human compatibility. Good luck on your habitat assessment. I look forward to your presentations. Thank you.